Okay, good morning to all. So myself, Robert, I'm working as a corporate trainer and project lead for software testing from past 13 years in manual and automation testing tool, and globally conducting a trainings and project handling a project globally. And I'm a HP certified for performance testing load runner, and my specialized stream in like I'm conducting a training and project on functional testing, performance testing using load runner, JMeter, functional testing using UFT, load Selenium, and also I'm working for API testing, all the API testing tool. So the objective for this particular training is, so we are going to conduct a fundamentals of software testing. So every day the training will be it is 1 hour. I think someone is muting me. So okay. So fundamentals of software testing. So we are going to discuss about like what is software testing, why testing is required, what are the different type of testing testing levels, testing techniques, testing methods available. And the last day I will also show you one small demo how we can able to conduct the testing using Selenium WebDriver. So this is like a overview and fundamentals of testing, because every day for 1 hour and total 5 days 5 hours. So during this much time period, it is not possible to learn all the detailed information about software testing. So how much is possible, so that much I will give you during this particular training time. And yes, of course, after this 5 days of training, I will give you my details, email ID and contact details. So whenever you require any details related with the testing, so you are good to keep in touch with me at any time. I'll just share my email. Okay. So today, first we are going to discuss about like what is software testing, why software testing is important, what are the reasons for getting the defects in that applications, and what is the importance in the terms of quality. Okay, so what is testing? What is software defect? Why software testing is essential? What are different software testing principles are available? And what exactly the meaning of quality and how the quality is related with the software testing. So these are the some initial and basic introduction level we are going to start today. So first we'll start with like the definition of what is testing. Okay, so now what is testing? So here you can see there are three different definitions I have specified. Number one, identify the difference between expected and actual result, process of executing a program or a part of it with the intention or goal to find the defect, detecting the specification error from the specification. So first thing, there are three definitions here you can see. Identify the difference between expected and actual result. So the first thing, what is exactly means testing? What is exactly a software testing? Let me see, I have already shared my screen. You able to see my screen? Now, once again. Now I think you can able to see my screen. Okay. Okay, so there are three definitions. Identify the difference between expected and actual result. So when we are talking about the software, when we are talking about the projects, when we are talking about the applications level, so basically it starts with the requirement. Your screen is visible now, right? Okay. So when we talk about any project, any applications, so it starts with the requirement. There will be a huge amount of requirement. No, actually there will be a couple of people are still trying to join. So due to the reason I'm just moving here and there. So just a minute. Okay. So it starts with the requirement. So initially what happened, the customer will provide a different type of requirement. So what is a requirement? A requirement is something called as the expectation. What exactly the client is looking for that particular project. For example, if you try to purchase something like some electronics goods, some electrical goods, some kind of any kind of products, so you must have some kind of expectations with you. So you must have some kind of expectations, like what type of products you are looking for it, what is the cost of the product, what are the different functionality and different features you are looking on that particular product. So you must always have some specific expectations on that particular project. So same thing, when the customer is providing the requirement for that particular application, the customer will also have a lot of expectations against that particular product. So how you are going to fulfill that particular expectations? Let me take some kind of examples, like for example, a mobile phone. In every year, in our Indian market, there will be different varieties, branded mobile phones are coming to the market. But at the end of the time, if you analyze, is the product has been success 100% or not? What is the level of quality that product has been reached? Every day, every month, every year, there will be huge amount of different branded mobile phones are coming to the market. But if you analyze and if you try to find out whether the quality of each and every branded mobile phone is remains same, the final answer will be a no. At what point of time I'm saying that it is no? The one reason will be the customer expectations, because every customers will have a different expectations. Fulfilling all the customer expectation is one different thing. Second thing, whatever the product comes to the market, all product is not 100% defect free. That means when we release the product into the market, that product should have some specific defect during the time when we are releasing the product. So what I was supposed to say is there is none of the product is defect free in the market. So let me take an example of our software development life cycle. We'll start from requirement, planning, analyze, design, coding, dev testing.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Testing,
madam, finalize பண்ணிட்டு கூப்பிடுறேன் உங்களுக்கு.
testing, implementation, and maintenance. So the thing is that first we are collecting the customer expectations. We are trying to understand the customer expectations. We are gathering the requirement. Then we are planning and we design the product architectural design. Once the design has been fulfilled, we will start developing the actual product. Once the product has been developed, we will be going for the next step is that testing. So what we are going to do is we are going to check the expected and actual, where expected stands for the client requirement, where actual stands for the developer completed the entire product. So whatever the customers given in the initial stage, like requirement, that expectation, all the expectations are matched to the customer requirement or not, that we are conducting in terms something called as a testing. So now you may think that testing is not something which comes in only in the software industries. See, every day we are also doing a lot of testing. I'm not talking about software, like technical terms of testing. Every day from morning to till the night we are going to bed, we will be doing a lot of testing. A very simple example, for example, every morning once we wake up, we have an habit of checking the mobile phone. Like we will check for email, we'll check for the WhatsApp, we'll check whether mobile has been have enough charge or not. We'll before we go to the office, before we move to our work, we will check all the necessary stuffs, like whether we have taken all these specific stuff, whatever we required. So all this comes under the testing only. We can also take a lot of example. For example, very simple example like making a cup of coffee. If you are making a cup of coffee, we will taste the coffee. Why? Because to make sure how the coffee has been prepared. So testing is something which comes in every type of project and every type of the product. There is no product in the market without testing. You have to test your product, only you can able to release and launch the product into the market. So without testing, first thing, you cannot confirm the expected and actual results. Okay, so without conducting the testing, we cannot ensure whether our product met the customer's requirement or not. So that is the first reason, first specific definition, why do we need to conduct the testing on the developed project? Why? To make sure whether my developed product is met to the expected results or not. Whether to make sure my developed product is met to the client expected specification or not. Number two, the second definition says process of executing a program with the intention or goal to find the defect. So the second definition says after once we develop the product, we are executing a code by giving the input. So what I will do, I I will give the input, I will execute the program, and I will confirm how my application is behaved. If I give the input like A equal to 10, B equal to 10, what is the output? If I change my input condition A equal to X, B equal to X, let me see how my application is react. So continuously what I will do, I will try to enter dynamic input condition and I will find out what is the expected outcome. So testing is not used to only check the defect, but the major, or I can say the basic reason why do we need to conduct testing is to find the defect. Now you can decide what is the benefit if I'm going to find the defect from the application. If I'm going to find the defects from that application, what I will do is I will try to remove the defects from the product. When we will find lot of defects, we will remove the defects from the application. When the defects are removed from the product, the quality of the product will be get increased. So the major reason and the main objective for why we are conducting testing is to find out and improve the quality of the developed product. Because everyone, whenever we are going to find out any product, we will be expecting the quality level. We are expecting the quality level. So how the quality will be get improved? The quality will be get improved only if you find out the lot of problems and defects, and when you remove the problems and defects, then only your product quality will be get increased. Number 3, detecting the specification errors and deviation from the specification. Whatever the initial commitment we have specified and we have given to the customer, all that particular initial things are applicable and available in the system or product or not, that we are going to confirm in the testing. So what is testing? Testing is used to identify the difference between expected and actual result. It is used to process of executing a program with the intention or goal to find the defect, detecting the specification errors and deviation from the specification. So this 3 is the common definition comes under what is testing. Now here you can see one more software testing definition according to the ISTQB. So ISTQB is the software testing quality board, which is basically a type of testing standard. Like we have ISO standard, IEEE standard, like that. Software testing also we have one predefined set of standard, which is called as a ISTQB standard. So according to this ISTQB standard, what they are saying is testing is not only finding the defects, but you can see the definition, the process of considering all life cycle activities, both static and dynamic, concerned with the planning, preparation and evaluation of the software product and related work product to determine that they satisfied the specified requirement, to demonstrate that they are fit for purpose and defect free. So testing is not only used to find the defect, but testing is used to check whether the product is defect free or not, Second, whether this product is perfectly used by the client or not. So what I was supposed to say is, it's not important that how much products that we are developing and releasing to the market. It matters how much product is perfectly used for the client to use it. Will my product can be 100% acceptable by client or not? That is important. It is something called as a productivity. Like for example, working for 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, or 24 into 7 also doesn't matter. But during that particular period of time, how much productivity you achieve, how much benefit that the customers really got from your hand. If I'm working for 4 hours per day, but I'm giving my 100% effort, that is more important. Instead of working for 12 hours and giving 10% or 20% effort. So that is the logic behind of ISTQB. Testing, don't test a product to find the defect. Test the product to find out the level of quality. Don't find defects from the product. Check how much the product is quality and what is the reliability of the product. How much year or how much time period the product should work properly to the client side. To find out all these possible reasons, we are going for software testing. See, maybe you may have some kind of concern or some kind of question that why I'm spending a lot of time for the introduction part. Because when you clear the base, you can able to easily scope of the rest of the things. Because when we are in college, as I am an engineer graduate, as I'm actually basically from the BTech, BIT. So during my 7th semester, I had about software testing and I had about the two concepts of software testing, like black box testing and white box testing. So I thought like only black box and white box comes under testing. But once I entered into this particular stream, I have learned a lot of things about software testing. There will be different routes available, like a functional testing, performance testing, security testing, networking testing, API testing. The different automation tools are available, different type of certifications available. There will be a lot of scope and opportunities available for the test engineers, test lead, test manager, test analyst. So once I started learning, once I started my career into this particular environment, I started knowing a lot of things. So to understand and scope of all those things, you must be very strong on testing. Because because sometimes, most of the time, what happens when we are in the initial level, like for example, when I started my career as a fresh software test engineer, people will say, oh, you are a test engineer, so what you are doing? You're not doing anything new, you're not doing anything bigger, something like that. You're just testing a product which I done. But we need to make sure one more thing: without testing, the product won't comes to the market. So you can just imagine how much it is important, the testing. You have a complete rights to take a decision whether this product is right now, it is ready to deployed in the market or not. So that much power in the testing stream is available, it is applicable. So the basic definition of testing is used to find the defect, but actually testing is not only used to find the defect, but identify the reliability, identify the level of quality we have achieved, identify the customer expectation. For that, we are going for the testing. The next thing is, why software testing is necessary. So after explaining this particular concept, what is testing, what are the different testing techniques, different definition for testing, I hope that you may have got some ideas, the importance for testing. But apart from that, what exactly the reason why we are going for the software testing? So here we can see some of the important points for conducting the testing. Defect, failure, cost of failure, to ensure the reliability, to have a happy customers. First thing, the basic reason why testing necessary, find the defect. Only one term we can say find the defect, but we have some couple of reasons. Second is failure. See, when we are not conducting a proper testing, without conducting the proper testing, and once we launch the product into the market, there is a possibility that your product might be get failed. So your product, there is a possibility your product might be have a failures. Number 3, the third one will be cost of failures. Cost of failure in the sense a rework cost. For example, if your product has been ready and you have released your application into globally, and if something goes wrong, the rework cost will be increased. So again, you have to spend the cost for redefining the particular features and functionality. Again, you have to rework for the resources and everything, like you have to redefine the hardware configuration, software configuration, environmental setup. So to overcome all these particular things, what we need to do is we have to conduct the appropriate testing after once your product has been developed. Number 3, to ensure the software reliability. To ensure the software reliability, to find out what is the reliability of the product, we have to go for the software testing. What is meant by reliability? We know about when we purchase some product, like for example washing machine, a refrigerator, we'll get like 2 years, 5 years, 10 years warranty. So here, to find out the reliability, so how they are calculating that the product doesn't have any major defects during that particular time period, because they are completed the proper testing. There is a testing called performance testing and reliability testing. So when you conduct the performance testing and reliability testing, it is easy to identify the level of reliability of the product. Number 3, to ensure, number 5 last, to have a happy customer. Yes, if you want to satisfy your customer, it is very important to release, or it is very important to provide an expected product by your customer. See, basically exactly what we are doing, why we are working to satisfy our customer. So what all the possible way to satisfy the customer, we are trying out all the particular level. So if you want to satisfy your client, you have to deliver the client expected product. So client expected product can be defined and delivered through only based on the way you are developing and releasing the product. So we have a lot of reasons why software testing is essential, but the major important aspects why software testing is essential: to find out the defect, to find the failures, to analyze and understand the cost of failures, to ensure the software reliability, and the last one, to have a happy customer. So first we discussed what is testing. Second, we discussed what is testing according to ISTQB. And the third, we discussed why testing is essential. The next thing is, okay, the third point, the cost of failure. Cost of failure, the terms related to the rework cost. See, when you develop when you collect the requirement, you will be clearly planning and analyzed everything, like how much time I need to spend for the development, how much time I need to spend for the testing, what is the cost of collecting the requirement, what is the cost of each and every stage of the project life cycle. So based on this planning only, you are creating and you are developing and you have started working on the project. But due to the reason, because of the defect, if something goes wrong, again you need to redefine. Like for example, you reviewed your product, the product, some of the features and some of the functionality is not responding as per the client requirement. So what you are doing, you are trying to remove the defects. So removing the defects, again you need a resource. Like for example, again we have to spend some more time, human resource, again we need to spend for the cost and everything. So to overcome, to avoid the rework cost, we are going for the software testing. So that is the term I have specified as cost of failures. You can find out how much we have to spend extra if something goes wrong. So what is the thing, what is the point? Alternately, that point, third point says, try to make a proper testing, or I can say try to make a proper development and proper testing before the product goes to the market. Next, we will discuss the reasons for the software defect. So now we discussed about defect, failures, the defects or failure comes to the application, but how? What are the possible reasons that my product have a defects? So these are not 100% reasons. These are the some specific or important reason why your software might contain the defects. Number one, communication gaps. If the things are not communicated properly, if the things are not updated properly, if the things are not communicated properly between the teams and inside each and every stage of the project life cycle, there is a possibility of defects. Number two, changing the requirement. That is a major reasons nowadays why we are getting the defects. Might be you had about a concept called agile system, agile environment. Because nowadays the market is like very much competitive. There will be every day, there will be a lot of competitions, lot of new things comes to the market. So if you want to stand in that market, you need to be upgrade yourself timingly. Today, there will be a huge requirement for Selenium. So I am ready to conduct the training on Selenium. Just imagine after a couple of years later, there are some new automation tools comes to the market. But still, if I'm saying that I won't learn the new tool, I will be strict with the Selenium. That means there is no market for myself. Why? Because I am not updated because of that particular one. There is a requirement has been changed. So every day, today the client might specify some requirement, and tomorrow the client said, no, I don't want this thing, I want to change something, I want to add something, I want to modify something. So every day there is a possibility that you can expect the different change of requirement from the customer. So how exactly you are going to manage those particular changes? So that could be one reason why your software contains defects. Number 3, the software complexity. There is a possibility that sometimes we will be getting the requirement from the customer. One second. Okay, software complexity. So basically, what is the meaning of software complexity? We can consider the complexity level of the requirement. Some of the time, what happen when you try to get the requirement from the customer, there are some changes in the requirement continuously. No, it is already, the screen is already visible only. Let me stop and again share the screen. Okay, so there is a possibility that there is a change of requirement comes to the so there is a chance of high complex related requirements comes to the market. So if you ask that, is it really that in the market we are getting this type of requirement? If you ask, I said yes, because there is a type of testing techniques called cyclomatic complexity, which is comes under the white box testing. When we are developing a program, we will be checking the code level complexity. If the complex level of code is high, we will try to avoid those particular code, and we will, instead of that, we'll try to make some new code. Number 4, programming errors. There is a possibility of any coding level errors comes to the defect. Poorly documented code. Let me change, instead of code, I can consider every documentation. If you are not maintaining the documents properly, if you are not updating the documents properly, there is a possibility that you may expect the defects from the application. Time pressure, ego, software development tools. If you are not selecting the development tools, so let me change development tools and methods. It's not only a development tool. If you are not selecting the proper method for development, okay, the end time, I think we have started around 10:10, so we will be finishing within next 10 minutes. 11:15, let me say 11:15. Okay, so what are the reasons? Communication gap. If the things are not communicated properly, continuously change of requirement, if the software is highly complex oriented, if there are some programming errors comes to that application, not properly maintain the documentations, time pressure, ego, and not selecting the appropriate development method and tools. So I'm not saying that these are only the reasons. I can say these are some reason why we are getting the defects from the application. Here you can see when the defects will be available. So if you search in Google, so it's just an imagination that what is the reasons and why we are getting the defects from the application. You can able to find out 95 95% software fails because of the requirement. 95% software fails because of the requirement stage. That means we are good in development, we are good in testing, but we are not good in understanding about the client requirement and understanding about the client specification. What my client is expecting, what exactly my client want this particular product, how that particular features and functionalities need to be worked and implemented in my product. So we are lacking on all this particular area. That could be the reason why we are getting the defects, because in the main reason of the requirement stage. Essential of testing. Testing is a destructive process, a creative distraction. Testing needs a detail-oriented approach. Testing is a art as well as science. A test that detect a defect is valuable investment. It has helped in improving the product. A tester goal is self-fulfilling. If your goal is to show the absence of error, you won't find many. If your goal is to show the presence of error, you will discover a large percentage of them. So basically, when you come to the testing is something, it's like a mind game. It's like if you feel that I will find the defect, you will get a lot of defects. If you feel that that product doesn't have much more defects or something like that, you may not identify the most of the hidden defects which is available in the application. See, first, one thing where you must be very much clear, there is no product is 100% perfect. Every product is a defect product. There are some defects which is hidden, or there are some defects which we may aware about it, and there are some defects which we are not able to identify, but still there are some defects are available. So basically I can say every product contain the defects. Every product contain the defects. So what using the testing, what we are supposed to do is we are trying our best to find out the major defects from the application and how much it is possible to improve the level of quality, that we are trying our best to improve the quality. We can see some of the principles. What is testing principle? All tests should be traceable to the customer requirement. When you are planning for conducting the testing, your testing should match to the customer's requirement. What your customer is expecting, what customers given the requirement, it should be traceable. Test should be planned long before testing begins. If you see the testing life cycle, testing comes after the development. but your planning, the testing planning, what type of testing need to be conducted, what are the different techniques we are going to implement. So all this planning need to be implemented in the initial level of the project life cycle. Pareto principle, I will explain this point later. Testing should begin in small and progress towards in the large. It's completely depends whether you can start your testing starts from the small number of functionality and you can go to the large number of functionality, or sometimes you can start from the large number of functionality and you can come back to the small number of functionality. It is also depend upon the risk of the functionality. You can also start your testing based on the risk. Like I can conduct the testing first of all the high level risk requirement, then I will go back to the low level risk factors requirement, or I can conduct the testing starts from low level risk factor to high level risk factor. Next one is exhaustive testing is not possible. That means we cannot conduct the testing all the possible combination. Very simple example I can consider. If I want to test sorry, if I want to test one particular feature, I have a input conditions around 10,000 data. So I cannot manually validate all the 10,000 data. Why? Because it is called as an exhaustive testing. So you have to find out some kind of techniques to overcome that particular problem. Exhaustive testing is not possible. The most effective testing should be conducted by an independent third party. If you want a best testing need to be conducted on the project, testing need to be avoided as a developer. That means if I am developing something, I need to avoid testing. Testings need to be done separate testing team. A programmer should avoid testing his own program. Why? Because we all know as a human being, when we did some mistake, definitely we will try to hide the mistake. Second thing, as a programmer will have only programmatical view. But if the product goes to the testing, the tester will start creating and testing the product from the tester's perspective, developer's perspective, and client perspective. So what happened that he or she will try to find out large amount of defects comparatively developers. Establishing that a program does what it is supposed to do and what it is not supposed to do. That means how the system should behave, how the system should not behave. So you need to test how the system should behave, how the system should not behave. That means you have to check the positive way as well as you have to check the negative scenarios. So why testing principles important? Whenever we are conducting a testing, we have to use and we have to follow all these principles to conduct the testing to get or to make the perfect or as per the quality or as per the client expected product. We can able to develop it only when we are going for developing a project according to all these particular type of principles. You can see some more points about testing principle. Good testing must examine users' requirement. If you are doing or conducting a proper testing, your testing should have a proper requirement should be covered. Objective, what is the specific design that need to be covered, a proper user interface, internal structure, and you have to execute the code. testing is not something done as a formality at the end of the development. It should done throughout the SDLC to detect the defect as early as possible, prevent the defect migration to subsequent phases. So testing is not a job, it's not a formality that you have to do it after completing the development. No, you have to apply and add your testing approach on every stage of the project life cycle. So what happened, you can able to find out in the earlier stage, and even once you find out in the earlier stage, you can able to fix and remove the defect on the earlier stage itself. So that means you can avoid the defect to travel from the next phases. So these are the some reason why we need to go for the testing, or what is the benefit that if we follow to conduct the testing with the help of all these software testing principles. So today, up to now, we discussed what is testing, what is software testing according to ISTQB, what are the reasons that we will get the defects, why do we need to conduct the software testing, and conducting a testing, what all the principles that we have to follow. Okay, so tomorrow objective, I will share you the tomorrow objective. Tomorrow we will be discussing about the testing levels, testing method, and testing techniques. Thanks to all. If you have any questions, good to be asked. And I have already shared my email ID and contact details. You can communicate with me at any time. Actually, the course objective will be a fundamentals of testing, because we cannot complete the Selenium concept with 5 hours. So I will be taking a small demo for Selenium on the last day. Surely I will take you some discussion about Selenium, and I will show you one small demo how to execute through Selenium WebDriver. So during these 5 days of trainings, we will be discussing about all the testing fundamentals. So today we discussed about what is testing, why testing. Tomorrow we'll discuss about the different levels of testing and method of testing, type of testing, method of testing, type of testing, and testing techniques. Everything will be an overview, because we cannot go in depth all those topics. And we will be taking automation, what is like automation, why automations are important, and I will show you how we can able to execute through automation with the help of the Selenium WebDriver. Yes, the timings for tomorrow's will be exactly, will start at 10:30 if everyone okay, or we can start with 11 to 12. Okay, so tomorrow we will be starting exactly as 11 to 12. Okay. Let me see. We are getting a lot of timings related with 11 to 12. So I'm good with 11 to 12 also. Yeah, I will give you the overview of Selenium definitely. So let me finish some fundamentals of testing. Then I will go for Selenium.